I was using the other day. We're upstream from the spot that I've been fishing on my lunch breaks. The creek's incredibly low. Normally, where I'm standing right now would be, there would be this much water. Uh, let's see if anything's hanging out in here. I'm not going to go crazy with this big spinner through this hole, because usually there's some panfish and stuff, and I do have worms with me today. So let's just see what we can find. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, so it's hard to say what's going to happen. But we will try and find out. If nothing else, I can catch bait here and take them. We can go downstream. Let's get a worm out there. Well, we got to take a trip back to the truck. I forgot hooks. So when we get back here, got to walk under some trees and shit. But yeah, when I get back to that hole, we're gonna get a night crawler out. I may try and catch a couple minnows and see if we can take those minnows and catch a pike or a walleye or something. It's been a while since I caught a walleye. I keep mentioning them on stream. I'd like to get one. And oh, almost back to the truck. Probably another 30 yards, 40 yards maybe. But we're moving. We'll get back to the truck, get my little hooks, and I think that's it. Just little hooks. Like I said, past few days, it would have been Thursday and Friday, I had a hold of a pike down here on a lure. If you guys watched my last couple streams, you would have seen that. There's a dead shrew. That's interesting. Don't see a lot of those, like, just laying around dead. Hooks. Where are the hooks? I just had the damn things. That ain't done. What the shit? Don't tell me I forgot hooks. Oh, that's gonna be so disappointing if I forgot hooks. There's no fucking way. There's no way I forgot hooks. I just saw them. Oh, shit. I mean, I have hooks. I just, I need little ones. Or I'd like little ones so that I could catch some panfish. Or some bait. Not that I... Hey, Riker. I had to go back to my truck to try and find my pack of small hooks. And there's some big hooks. I don't need those. I'm sorry about this, guys. We're having some technical difficulties. Oh, found them. Perfect. Okay, we can go back. I may as well grab a fish basket. Well, nah. Yeah, we're going to take it. You never know. We might catch something worth keeping. And, here. Big thanks to the French Creek Valley Conservancy. They let people fish here. And they manage this little piece of property for native plants and animals, which is a good thing. We definitely enjoy that. And actually, if you come back here, there's all different, it's pretty diverse as far as like the trees go. You got, what's that, oak. There's a couple ash trees, but they're dying. Hickory. What else? Let's see, a couple apple trees, a white oak, maple, red maple. So, yeah, all different kinds of stuff. But more importantly, we're heading back to the fishing spot. Well, I've been here for 10 minutes. We haven't caught anything, and I've had to walk back and forth. But I can see the water. We're almost ready to go. I got my hooks, I got my worms, I got everything I need. Except a chair, which I left at the truck because I don't need a chair. Okay. As I was saying, creek's pretty low today. Sorry about that. I got to get a new phone here before too long. But let's get rigged up with a worm. I'm not doing anything fancy. Long shank hook. People often ask me, why do you use the long shank? Because I catch a lot of catfish where I usually fish. I have not yet caught a catfish here. But if you're fishing for panfish in a lake that has a lot of catfish, the extra length on that hook can provide you something to grab onto with your pliers or your fingers to get the hook out. So that is why I always, well, I don't always, but a lot of times I use the long shank hooks. Makes things a little quicker. And we're not just going to throw just a plain hook with a worm out. We're going to put a little split shot on there. Little guy. We're going to go like a foot, 14 inches, somewhere in there. More than a foot, less than a foot and a half. And then we need a worm. I got two different kinds of worms with me today. I am fishing for anything that will bite, but rock bass, smallmouth bass, walleye, pike, that's where I'm at here. Those are all possibilities. Perch are a possibility. Crappies. Muskies, because we are fishing a tributary of French Creek, although I have yet to catch a muskie up this far. I've yet to see one. There's a lot of pike up here. But what we're going to do is, you can see where the old dam used to be. We're going to put this bait probably like 3 or 4 feet in front of those rocks. Which, that was just a beautiful cast. And we'll just, we'll let it sink all the way to the bottom, and then we're just going to snug up the line a little bit, and I'm going to just set the rod down. And being as that's oh, cool. Snook is a bucket list fish for me, man. I don't do the saltwater stuff. I live like in the Great Lakes region. I'm like in 45 minutes south of Lake Erie in Pennsylvania. So like that's the closest that I've ever gotten to like ocean fishing. But yeah, good luck, man. Snook are cool. I think they're just a cool looking fish. They're like they remind me of a walleye in the way that they're shaped. Obviously, they get way bigger, but yeah, those are a neat fish. And I don't think we're getting any bites just yet, but we're gonna. Oh, we got something going on here. It's a stick. We caught a stick. Central Florida. I have a friend that lives in Florida. He lives in like Ocala. Yeah, yeah. I'm other other side of the country, going north and south from you. There's saltwater fishing opportunities in Pennsylvania, but it's the total opposite side of the state for me. So, yeah, I don't get to do that. Although I would like to. Of course, I'm not like I like to fish for food, obviously, uh, and I'm not like wild about saltwater seafood. But that's probably because like the stuff that I've always had was like not fresh. I mean, I've lived hundreds of miles from the ocean, so it's not the same. Ooh, there's something. What's this? Ooh, it's bait. We caught some bait. No, I've never had mangrove snapper. I've had like flounder. I'm a big fan of flounder. But yeah, we got some bait here. Creek chub. Actually, that might be a fall fish. I'm not sure which. I get the two. This is a fall fish. Oop. But I'm gonna stick him in the fish basket. Ooh, if I don't take you guys out, we're gonna put that fall fish in the fish basket, and we're gonna save him for a pike. Yeah, it'll catch a muskie. Those fall fish, man, they're candy. They're I wasn't like expecting to catch a bunch of panfish right here with the water being so low and it being September. I was kind of expecting to catch some fall fish. So yeah, but pike, muskie, pickerel, bass, they all eat those things. But the past couple days I was downstream probably 400 yards, and we got into some. We had a pike, but I lost him at the bank twice in 2 days. Uh, we're probably gonna get him today, unless somebody came down. Unless like my coworker, I was telling him about it. Unless he came down here yesterday and caught him. But we're mostly just fishing for whatever will bite. Which sometimes in this spot you just don't know what you're gonna get. Yeah, I would get pretty mad. That'd be the biggest like I know sharks aren't fish. No, they're not fish. They're their own thing. But yeah, I would have been upset. We got something biting here. Ah, that was probably another fall fish, which is okay. Catch a fall fish, turn it into something else. I have a feeling you saltwater guys know a lot about that, like catching fish and using them for bait. Ah, that was a bluegill. That was also a really bad hook set. It was like, it's ooh, what the hell was that? That should have hooked up. No, that was a creek chub. This is a fall fish. Or no, they're both fall fish. I get they look really similar, but yeah, it's a little bit different than a creek chub. But yes, these are both fall fish. They're the same thing. Well, same species as each other. Do I hunt any? Man, if it wasn't Sunday and if I didn't live in Pennsylvania, I'd probably be hunting squirrels right now. Like a mullet. Yeah. And no, I'm not eating those for anybody that is watching. I'm using them for bait. Well, I'm gonna. Try and get two more, maybe? I'm not a churchgoer, man. That's fine if other people do that, but that's not my thing. Like, we're just doing some fishing. Well, bait catching. I'm gonna try and get one more of these fall fish, and then we'll get something rigged up. If we turn around, there's a good spot. I catch quite a few pike there. If you've watched videos on this channel before, you've definitely seen this spot. At least anything recently. Probably anything that I've put out in the past 2 years, you'd probably recognize this spot if you've seen the videos. Something's messing with it. Didn't hook up again. What do I hunt squirrels with? I use a Ruger 1022, and I'm probably going to be like doing some ammo testing. I've been throwing the idea around for a few years. There's a fish. Oh, rock bass. Little tiny rock bass. These guys are like a totally underappreciated game fish or panfish. I don't know. Not technically a game fish in Pennsylvania. Well, yeah, they are. But yeah, they don't get huge. They get a lot bigger than this though. Do I have any pets? I have a dachshund. I also hunt. Well, I hunt squirrels with a bunch of different stuff. Getting back to the question, Ruger 1022 that's like custom, new barrel, new stock, all that stuff. Um, Ruger single six revolver. Um, I really like the 22 Magnum in a handgun for squirrels. It's too much in a rifle, so I don't use 22 Magnum in a rifle for squirrels. You have 23 rabbits, that's a lot of rabbits. My great grandfather raised meat rabbits. He had hundreds. I guess I wasn't born at the time. Um, and an Ithaca 2 3/4 inch 12 gauge, like 2 3/4 inch chamber. And I like to load that with either number 5 or number 4 shot, high brass. Uh, three guns for squirrels. You're a rabbit farmer? Yep, I figured. Where are you from? I don't know who either of those people are. I don't. I'm assuming that they're rappers. I don't really listen to rap. It's not my thing. I like actually. I like. I'm more like Iron Maiden's more my speed, man. You're Kentucky. That's cool. I've been to Kentucky a few times. I think. Yes, I've been to Kentucky. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, I've definitely been to Kentucky. There's like in my life I've been to like 35 states. So I haven't been to Alaska or Hawaii. Uh, Arizona I think is on the list of need to go. I think I think I've been to Maine. The Southwest. Yeah, Iron Maiden's awesome, man. Yeah, the Southwest was that's I haven't done that. There's something a little better. Oh, okay. See, that little rock bass that we caught. This is something that's this is more about what I would expect. They get, you know, they're hand sized, and I mean, they're usually prolific. If you find one, there's usually like fucking 30 of them. So you pick a few of the bigger ones off and leave the other ones, and they grow and do their thing. And yeah, they're. I don't know why more people don't eat rock bass. Especially like around here because we have Lake Erie and rock bass are in Lake Erie and they get like 12 inches long. I guess I just answered your question. How big do they get? Uh, but, you know, a little creek like this, the 6 inch ones to 8 inch. Yeah. Yeah. 12 inch up on the lake. Definitely. And I've caught some shit on my face or something. Uh, yeah. They're like bluegills. Probably not quite as prolific as bluegills, but they school up and they get to the same similar sizes. Oh, there's a big fall fish. Like this guy'd be more appropriate for a muskie. Like a little bigger than my hand. Oop. And they are slippery, man. They're hard to hold on to. Okay, so we got 3 fall fish, and yeah, we're gonna rig one up. Got a couple options here. I'm probably not gonna get real crazy. And yeah, let's see what we got going on. A lot of times I would use a treble hook for this, but I don't have any with me. I do have these big catfish hooks, which, you know, you don't need anything special. Oh, man. The smallest of the fall fish got out of the basket. But we'll just use the big one. May as well, right? I don't know how to fish, but fish is my favorite meat. You should learn how to fish. It's not that hard. Conditions can be challenging, but fish are not hard to catch. So we're in a little bit better pike spot now. We've moved downstream. We have our fall fish rigged up. I'm going to just set him in the water for a second. What I got going on this rod is I have 30-pound monofilament, and at the end there is a, what is it? It's a 100-pound leader that will prevent any pike or muskie that I could reasonably catch here from biting through my line. But we'll wait and see. We're gonna leave this rod hang out here for a bit, and that fall fish is gonna swim around, and probably if this doesn't pan out, what we'll do is there's a point downstream, and we can cast into some deeper water, and it seems like, I'm guessing that's probably where they're gonna hang out. I don't use steel leaders because they're more detectable. So I use a very heavy fluorocarbon leader. A caveman could do it. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Species can be difficult. Like muskies are not. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna come in here and be like, "Oh, muskies, yeah, they're easy to catch. You can go out and do it in no time." If you're using a fall fish, you got a really good chance of catching one if you're in a high population area. What else was I gonna say about the muskies? Yeah, you just like, there's a lot of people that have, oh, I've never caught one. You need to go find a place. In Pennsylvania, we have a lot of like dams and reservoirs. The outlets of those things, man, those muskies just stack up in there. You just take a creek chub or something and you chuck it out in there. You let it flow down, and you just keep doing that, and you will hook into one eventually. As long as they're there. Like, if there's muskies there, yeah, like I said, they have to be in the water that you're fishing, or you're never gonna get one. And like, I'm not by no, like, don't be like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about for sure. Look it up, do it for yourself, because I'm not a muskie expert. I've caught some, like I've never caught like the giants that people. I've never caught one that was over 3 feet, but they're around. I have friends that have caught like 52-inch muskies. But not me. I haven't done that yet. Let me grab my worms and stuff and go down to this hole. See what's going on. Might as well take the spinner. Yeah, snakeheads. Those are no good. Don't like the snakeheads. We're gonna check this old spinner out because why not? Sometimes there's some smaller ones hanging out in here too. I'm debating whether I just go to the good spot or do I fish the creek thoroughly. We're gonna move. You guys make sure that I just got to go back and grab my bags. Make sure my rod doesn't take off. Drag set loose. We'll be all right. I'll be right back. Just a minute. Oh, okay. What's up, Zach? Let's see if something picked this fall fish up while I was grabbing my stuff. Nope. Something could grab it while I reel it in, though. Has he been munched on? No. So we're going to go downstream just a hair onto the point in the point, usually there's a pike hanging out down here. We got some pretty bad mud to get through. Ooh, that's not fun. All right. So yeah, we're gonna just walk down here. The water's not super clear here, so I probably don't really have to worry about spooking much. And it's just a big muddy bar with some grass on it now, which is very good. It's good to have the grass here. It looks like some people left me a couple sticks to prop my rods up. So let's do it. I need a bobber on that thing. And it's probably too heavy. Uh, it's pretty heavy. It sinks right down. Yeah, I don't have my I don't have the appropriate bobber for the job. But we're gonna chuck it out there without a bobber, and we will see what happens. Loosen that drag up. And wait. While we're waiting, let's what's on your bucket list? Catch a muskie? I mean, I got a few other spots I'd like to fish today on my way home. Other than just here. If any of you were watching me the last time I was in my kayak, I fished an area real close to my home. I'm gonna probably try and do that again. Maybe not from the kayak today. Oh, just go fishing. I mean, where are you from, man? I think we're gonna chuck a floating jig head rig out there. I think. You're from Kenya. Yeah, I can't help you there. I don't know. I can tell you all about fishing in the United States. Uh, Not so much Kenya. But I mean, if there's fish around, people have caught those fish, and there's a way to do it. So I mean, talking to the locals who fish, or um, probably contact like your not state, but the state, and get a hold of somebody that would have information. Yeah, if there's water, there's probably some kind of fish, and somebody probably knows how to catch them. But I don't do a ton of out of state fishing. I fish mostly just Pennsylvania. I just fish my home state for the most part. Uh, I have fished other places, and it's hard to beat local knowledge. Like, um, if you can get a reputable source, it's really hard to beat local knowledge. Even fishing within your state, fishing, or if I was going to go visit a lake that somebody hasn't been to, there's a dude over here fishing. He's probably like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? He's talking to his phone and shit." But if I was going to go somewhere, yeah, you should talk to the locals. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've fished a couple different states, and the locals always know. And I've fished other states and gotten whooped by the water. Uh, like when I went to Idaho, I wasn't really fishing. I bought a combination license, and I casted a bit. I missed a cutthroat trout, which is a bucket list fish for me. So that was a disappointment, but uh, other things worked out. So, but talking to the locals, they were like, "Yeah, if you're gonna fish the Coeur d'Alene River, spring is the time to do it, not the fall." Which would have been right around this time of year when I went out there. Let's see what's hanging out. Probably a bunch of suckers. Still watching the videos. It's great. Yeah, I'm hoping something. I'm hoping we get something decent today. I need I need a good stream with a good catch. But I have a feeling when I go downstream and we try that pike spot, I have a good feeling that we're probably going to end up catching a fish or two. This is a good pike spot, but I've been having action down at the other hole by the truck. Now we wait. And it might be a minute, but we're probably going to catch something. We're just going to bounce this worm. That's going to be a hard meal to resist for much of anything. I'm not always fishing. I fish a lot. But it's also getting to the good time of year to catch toothy fish, which I'm all about that. I like catching stuff with teeth. You got to work today, Nate? Talking about that might come out with you guys this winter. You should ice fishing, because ice fishing's fun. If we get ice, I hope we get ice. We should go to 2 Mile and fish for trout. Through the ice. Trout are fun through the ice. And that lake is so clear. Like, you drill your hole, you put your little shanty thing up, and you look down through the water, and you only need to be in like 6 feet of water, not even. Like, I've caught them in 2.5, but you can watch them grab the bait. It's awesome. Even through like 10 feet of water, you can watch them take it. Yeah, yeah. I have a special camera for ice fishing that actually it's on a cable, it drops down, and it can actually, like, you drill a second hole next to your main hole, and you can watch that way. But like it's just not necessary in that lake, because you can just drill a hole and look down and, oh, there's my bait, or, oh, there's a bunch of little bluegills, and then little bluegills will be like this long, and they're gone, and then a trout will come in and take it. And there's not just trout in there, there's other stuff. But yeah, cameras, the fishing cameras. I actually have it with me today. Probably won't be using it here. Let me see. Yeah, got that with me today. We could rig it up, but probably just not going to use it here because the water's pretty murky. I'd have to have that lure probably about that far away from the camera here. I don't know what French Creek looks like. I drove over it this morning and it didn't look too bad, even though with the rain yesterday. And if you guys are watching anything that I've been putting out with the underwater camera, I think the last video I did was a smallmouth in French Creek. Not a hookup. He missed the bait, but that water was so clear the other day. There was probably like 6 feet of visibility. We might have to go downstream. I kind of don't want to do that. I'm thinking about putting that fall fish on the floating jig head. I really want to do it, but I probably should just leave it out there. I'm going to do it. You've convinced me. I just feel like it's sitting on the bottom and it's not doing anything. We did it. Wait and see. There's usually some perch and shit in here too, but I may have to. We might have to do some exploring. They say there's a spot downstream, way downstream. Like I'd have to move my truck and park and go for a walk, but they say there's a spot downstream. I'm just waiting to see what happens. It's been pretty slow this morning. Caught a couple rock bass. We caught 3 fall fish. I have a I have a downed tree over here behind the camera. We'll get in there beside it and see if we can't pull something out. It depends on where I'm at. Here, I don't sit very long because this spot's not a spot that I feel that I could spend an entire day at. Uh, if I'm at, like, there's a place called Woodcock that's outlet of a dam. I can spend all day there because I know there's fish there. This spot, I haven't been fishing it all that long, a couple years, but it also depends on like if I'm catching anything. If I'm not catching anything, I won't wait super long. I've been here an hour. I haven't caught a decent game fish yet. But a lot of times the wait here is worth it. So I might try this for another half hour or so. Oh, I hooked onto my other line. Thanks, man. Yeah, it is swampy back here. But the creek is like rock bottom. Catch and throw. I get impatient, kind of feeling like throwing a bait. I'm gonna do it. Let's try this thing out. All right, guys, this is one of my homemade baits. It's working really well as far as the action goes. Oh, yeah, this thing, I'm liking the action on it. Hey guys, I think I'm going to move downstream. Probably going to end this stream. We'll start it back up here in a bit. We'll be right back on. If you're watching now and you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in a bit.